The principals were sharing a chocolate bar. It came in 12 pieces. You know, the kind you break. It had 12 pieces. Well, Miss Pauline, she took 4 of the pieces to eat. Miss Hoff took 3 pieces. And Miss Jen took the same as Miss Pauline. How many chocolate pieces were left when the principals were done getting their pieces? Go ahead and get your fraction tiles or fraction strips out and build this problem. Pause the video here while you do so. Okay, let's see how you did. I know that I'm going to need 12s because the chocolate bar was broken into 12 pieces. So I have all 12 of my 12s that match my whole chocolate bar, all chopped up into pieces. I could even arrange them this way if I wanted to make it look like a real chocolate bar, because a chocolate bar is not that long and skinny usually. It usually looks more like this. So I know that Miss Pauline had 4 pieces, so I might turn over these 4 for Miss Pauline. So I could label it here, so 4. Miss Pauline, I'll put P for Miss Pauline. And then Miss Hoff had 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3 pieces. So these 3 are Miss Hoff. And then Miss Jen had 4 pieces. I might actually organize it this way so I can see that Miss Hoff didn't eat that piece. And I could label that 4. And that's Miss Jen. What can I do now to draw this model and also to write some more numbers and symbols to represent it like an equation? Pause the video and draw your model now, and then see if you can't make an equation to match that. Let's look at how I drew this model. It is not the only way you could have done it, but it does have to have these parts. I have 12 pieces. I could have made it a long chocolate bar, but I wanted mine to look more realistic. I colored 4 of them together for Miss Pauline and labeled that here. I colored 3 together for Miss Hoff and labeled it a different color so you could see the difference. And then I decided to put Miss Jen's here. When I built it, I left this one blank, but when I drew it, I thought probably one on the edge would be left, not one in the middle in real life. So then I put Miss Jen 4 pieces. What equation could I use to show how much was left? Well, I know that Miss Pauline ate 4 out of 12 pieces. So I can write 4 12ths. And then Miss Hoff ate 3 pieces, 3 12ths. And Miss Jen ate 4, which is 4 12ths. And if I add those all together, that would equal 11 12ths. But that was not the question. The question is how much is left? How can I show that 1 is left? This equation does not match the problem completely. Let me rethink. What do you think I could do to show how much was left in an equation? Let's see. I started with 12 12ths, and then I took away Miss Pauline's 4 12ths, and then I took away Miss Hoff's 3 12ths, and then I took away Miss Jen's 4 12ths, and in the end, I only had 1 12th left, so I could say it's 1 12th. How much was left? 1 12th is left. I wonder who they shared it with. Is there a way that you could draw this on the number line? Give this problem a go on the number line. Pause here to do so. Okay, let's see how you did. I know my number line has 0 pieces all the way to 12 out of 12 pieces. And I need to partition this into 12ths. This is where it gets a little hard. If you have grid paper, that's really easy because you can use 1 box for each part. But I don't have grid paper. So I'm going to think, half of 12 12ths. Half of 12 is 6, so this would be 6 12ths. And then half of 6 is 3, so that would be 3/12. And if I went half of these two, well, there's a pattern. 3, 6, 12. What would be here? 3, 6, 9. We're counting by 3s. 12s. And then I have to fill in the rest. I have to have 1 and 2 and then 3. So I'm going to put 1 and 2 and make them pretty even. So I know that's 1/12, 2/12, and I notice there's 2 between each one. So this helps me to draw it. As I draw the rest of it, think about how you made yours really organized so that the 12ths are pretty equal like mine are. They're not perfect, and if you have grid paper, that's much better than my blank paper. So give grid paper a go to be a little bit more organized than I am here. Okay, so I have all my parts of my number line. Now, I know in this problem, they started at 12/12. They had a whole chocolate bar. And then we know that Miss Pauline ate 4 pieces. So I'm going to jump 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Miss Pauline. And then we know Miss Hoff ate 3. 1, 2, 3. That's Miss Hoff. And I know that Miss Jen ate the same as Miss Pauline, which was 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is Miss Jen. And that leaves me with only 1/12 left. I might even add arrows to show how I jumped, which way I went, to show how it went along. What does your number line look like? Is there something you could add to it or label further that would make it stronger? Maybe on mine I might even add 4/12 to show that Miss Pauline ate 4/12, and so on for the rest. That would even make my model even stronger and clear. What can you do to make your model even clearer?